everyone. I am not an entrepreneur, nor a GM of a company. So I'm coming from the HR function. As Richard says, I am the Vice President for HGS in the Philippines. So I'm bringing to you the HR perspective. So we've seen like a lot of external resources that are open to us, like a marketplace of these resources. So what I'm going to be discussing now is from the point of view of a user. How do we choose? How do we evaluate? And ultimately, if we choose either an external resource or an internal resource, how do we now roll that out? What the impact would be to the company? Earlier, I heard a lady from finance asking, what's the financial? What's the impact? Is it financial? What's the improvement to the company? I think from an HR perspective, that's what's important to us. The return on that, because it's really a hard sell getting a tool, having a platform, having a system, right? So, but before that, I'd like to introduce HGS, or Hinduja Global Solutions, very briefly. As you can see here, we are in 7 geographies. So HGS is one of the world leaders in customer relationship and business process management. We're located, as I said, in 7 countries. It's one of the pioneer BPOs in the Philippines, and it established its presence here through acquisition of local companies. We have 9 centers in Quezon City, Alabang, and Iloilo, and 9,000 employees and counting at this time, and hopefully we reach like 10,000 employees by the end of this year. And we have 18 marked global brands across various industries. What we do, our services would include customer engagement, business process optimization, and digital transformation. So, first item in green says organizational transformation. This is a buzz among HR practitioners. But then I think it's being used very loosely at this point. Do we really understand what organizational transformation is? Can we achieve organizational transformation? So in a very pragmatic way, let me introduce you later on to a sampler of what we have in HGS that uses technology and how it improved our processes and therefore contribute to organizational transformation. Now the approach that, back please. The approach that we use is both creative and practical. I don't think, and you may agree with me and you may disagree with me, I don't think that a solution, a system, a tool, a platform can be so useful unless it is practical, meaning it answers our day-to-day challenges. So in that way, it's practical. So later on, I'll share with you a bit of like what it has improved and how it provided better efficiencies. And digital experiences, because these 4 tools are actually automation and result of digital efforts. If you go to the website of HGS, this is what you will see. It says, solution providers at heart, customer first in practice. So naturally, if clients see this, they will think they are the customers. But from an HR point of view, our customers, our foremost customers, are our employees. And therefore, what we do is actually for them. To transform the organization is through them. And being in HR, we help do this. So these are just some photos to show like our employees. So let's go to the next one. Right. We said HGS has 9,000 employees, 10,000 by the end of 2018. I'm really proud to say that being in the business process outsourcing industry, our retention rate is 96.4 last year, and our goal is actually even top that for 2018. Our regularization rate is 85.3%, so I'd like to think there must be something we're doing right to be able to achieve this. Next one, please. All right, so now if I take a look at the market, there is Caliber, there is Storm Learning, there is First Advantage, there is those. All right, so, I'm sorry, DM? Yes, I know what you provide. So now, am I going to take, if I have a challenge, am I going to take an off-the-shelf solution? Am I going to take a customized or in-house developed solution? This is where the creativity of HR actually comes in. Do I just like jump into what they're selling to me because it looks nifty and it is automated, or I take a look also at my internal resources? A previous resource person said, innovation is not all technology. So I think in approaching it, we have to be, as HR practitioners, creative when we choose, when we implement. Next one, please. So overall, it's really a balancing act. Why is it a balancing act? Because it will involve cost. So the decision making is a balancing act. Lower upfront cost versus long-term ROI. You're faced with these questions, right? Hidden and upgrade costs, channel ubiquity versus focused implementation, feature-rich versus customized features, and then alignment with business jargons and processes, compliance issues, sustainability of the program, obsolescence, all these we have to consider. Okay? But there are commitments required before we go into it. Your users, how will it help them? Is it going to be friendly when they use it? We have to have organization buy-in. Otherwise, it might hit obsolescence right away. We should have like IT support, especially now that it has to be cleared by IT due to data privacy. We have our external partners to choose from. And last but not the least, the financial consideration. Right. So I won't go into all of this because I'm a little bit excited to show you like the tools, the system. So we say it should be robust but reasonably pliant when we look into organization structure, the digital skills, digital culture and engagement, leadership and mindset, and the overall business strategy of the organization. Okay. Again, before we go into it, we have to do some due diligence. Because after a tool is rolled out, there's no backing out. You've already invested in it. So it would be very good to do your due diligence. What are the questions you ask yourselves? What are the factors that you consider? Is it financial impact, the change opportunity, the ease of deployment? So you ask these questions, and then you kind of rate them or rank them. Then maybe we're getting closer to getting the right direction. So with all of that said, Okay, so let me start with the first tool that we use in the company. So the journey of Hinduja Global Solutions, using these tools actually started very late already. Hinduja has been in the Philippines for a long period of time, but then our journey to digitize, to automate, at least HR processes only started about like 5 years ago, and some of these even started like 3 years ago. So I see someone who's helped us with the first one. It's called Choices. So HGS has a flexible benefit program. So if you're actually doing it online, I should start talking again, right? Okay. So if you're actually doing it online, it becomes very easy because you're actually doing it. So when choosing, this is in partnership with a provider. So first, when choosing a provider, we think they have to be committed to what we want to happen. It's not just they will offer us anything canned. So this actually went through a lot of revision, and we saw the commitment of the vendor. We had Storm Learning this morning. This is part, I think, of that company. This is from Storm Technologies. So Storm Technologies was not afraid to let us pilot this program. So for 2 years, we weren't paying anything. Quite attractive, right? And then dump them? No. Okay. So we're not paying anything, but they provided the marketing. They provided all what you can see online. And our employees actually enjoy it because it's no hustle. They just click and click and click. And the points are front-loaded, so they can buy right away. If they don't want to buy, they can reimburse. So it's really, really flexible. Next tool. We have the recruitment management system. This is whitelisted to us by HireCraft, and it really, really improved our process. As you can see there, it improved processing time by 60%. It happens like real time. Someone was saying, why do they have to wait like 1 full day? Why do they have to wait for the TL to interview them in the night? So all these happened like really quickly. Everything is automated from the time that they step in. If they are walk in, they right away go into a tablet or a workstation and input their profile. Because the CV is there, it eliminates, in fact, it reduces, if not eliminates, duplicity. So we don't do anything manual anymore. So when the interviewer actually does the interviewing, real time, he inputs his feedback. So recruiter right away knows, is he profiled for that account or not? The profiles and skills are also loaded here. So right away, we can see a matching. So it happens really quickly. And as an extension, the employee referral program is actually in the app. So naturally, if it's an employee referral program, there is some remuneration to it, right? There is a fee, something for the employee. So here, it automatically tracks who referred, when he gets the referral fee, etc., etc. So again, it's easy for the recruiter. Do we take away the recruiter? No. He does engagement with the applicants. While waiting, they are engaged by the recruiters. Next. Okay. Can I see the next one? Okay. There is a chat bot. So you have vanilla questions, right? I'm not sure if the model you have in your companies have HR business partners. So HR business partners would have a ratio. Is it 1 to 750 employees? Is it 1 to 1,000 employees? Is it 1 to 250 employees? As the company becomes bigger, we might not be able to maintain that, you know. So we have developed this chatbot. Recruitment has a chatbot, but HR operations also has a chatbot. Many times, time is wasted on vanilla questions like this. What's the processing time of SSS? How long does it take? If they find out right away, then they don't bother their HR BPs, and HR BPs can do better work. Again, engagement with employees. There's also a ticketing system. And I'm not sure, again, if in your companies they would say HR acts really quickly, or on the flip side, HR is too slow. We don't get a response. So to prove HR's point, there's a ticketing system. They just log in, and then it automatically tracks aging. So then, you cannot argue. HR will admit, okay, this took really long beyond SLA. No shame to that, right? But we can improve. And employee will also know where his request is, because it can be tracked. This is the last one, I think. Oh, another one. We have CSR programs. And most of the time, we do it manually, right? So for this month, but it has been postponed, we have river cleanup. So who are the people who registered for the river cleanup? So everything is also tracked here, whether they attended, how many hours, etc. So I don't have to manually, in an Excel file, be able to provide a report. Everything is taken from this system. They can even post here, like pictures of what happened during the CSR, and it's really most engaging. They can write their comments. So actually, without HR, employees can interact with each other. Right? So I saw, like, about 5 minutes ago, it said 5 minutes remaining. So, look, so those are like comments. They also earn points. They can post. So it's really an interactive system. Just wanted to show you how it looks like. So all these 4 tools actually help us to have more time for HR, do more strategic, better engagement activities. You know, when we say focus group discussion, sometimes you just sit and talk to them and listen to them and write all your notes. Now in HGS, we have better time to do that. It's more structured. We can analyze. So in all these tools, analysis is built in because there are reports. So we really know what's happening. So no more of the like data crunching, manual tracking. So everything is provided for us. So in summary, we think that providing tools, systems to be able to resolve challenges is a balancing act which involves creativity. We need to sell. We have to be creative in being able to posture that to the organization, to management, to employees, so that we get the buy-in. Innovativeness isn't always technology. It's actually in our approach. And your approaches can be your innovation. And with that, thank you. I hope it was a breeze, but I hope that I was able to give you like some of the samples that we have in HGS. Thank you.